Hi guys, this is Karan Sanjay Shah from Lawman Page 3 CineBlitz, and I have Kunal Kapoor with me here today. His film Noblemen is coming out, so let's have a chat. You know, it's a hard-hitting film with a brilliant message.
Sure.
Was that one of the reasons why you chose this?
Yeah, well, I felt like it was a film that had something important to talk about, which was the issue of bullying. And I felt like it's a really serious issue, not only in schools and colleges, but everywhere. I mean, it happens at work, it happens in our personal lives. And I felt like there was not enough movies that had addressed that.
True.
And I also felt like in our society itself, we don't stand up enough, against the bully.
Yeah.
Or we don't think this is a big enough issue, but it is an issue that scars children for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
And, affects them mentally and emotionally. So there was a need to do something about it.
Yeah. As you pointed out very well, we've seen the issue of being bullied in other films.
Correct.
But it's not a central theme of a film.
Sure.
Was that a reason, as well as the fact that do you think this portrayal will have an impact on the society?
Well, it was multiple reasons, of course. It was not only the issue of bullying. It was also that the script was very interesting.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I've always loved his writing, read and reread all his works multiple times. The Merchant of Venice is a work that I really enjoy. And I really liked how Vandana had sort of adapted The Merchant of Venice to make it, fit into a school and take up the issue of bullying. So that was very interesting.
True.
Secondly was the idea that, I've always been drawn towards roles that I haven't done before. This was the chance to play a drama teacher in a school. And also a drama teacher who's very loved. He's somebody who's very unorthodox in his teaching methods, which sort of sets him up against the system. But the children love him. And I think we all had a favorite teacher in school or college. So he is that guy. And theatre is something that I've done lots of in my life, in school, college, up until recently. So the chance to play a drama teacher, go back into the world of theatre, that was also obviously very interesting.
True. So the teaser and trailer have been well appreciated. What is the best compliment that you've got till now?
What is the best compliment that we've got? I think the best, I don't know if it's not, I'm not talking about a personal compliment, but we screened the film at a festival. And I found that interesting because there was a large part of the audience that loved the film, and then there was a part of the audience that didn't like the film at all, and had felt very angry about the film. And the people that liked the film felt equally passionately about the film. So the fact that a movie can do that and can get people get into a discussion, argue, feel emotionally engaged by this, whether you're for it or against it, is for me, complimentary, because I think that's what good movies do. They start a discussion. You might agree, you might disagree. But it at least gets people to talk about the issue.
As you said, the film has been screened at a number of festivals.
Correct.
So how much value does it add that doing the festival circuit and then releasing in India?
I'm not sure about the amount of value that adds in terms of like what the box office receipt is going to be. But I think what's very interesting about festivals is that you get a chance to take it across the world. It's played in Berlin, it's played in New York, it's played at a festival in the UK. So your movie gets exposed to audiences across the world. So I don't know about the box office and what sort of impact it has on that. But at least you get a chance to take this film across the world and show it to people across the world.
True. As you said, you're playing a drama teacher, but he's not an ordinary drama teacher. He has a lot of layers as well, and it's well nuanced, whatever we've seen till now. What would you tell about your character and the layers to it?
So, well, what's interesting about the character is that he's just joined the school, and nobody really knows much about him, and also the film doesn't reveal much about him. So there's a lot of conjecture, like there's a lot of discussion amongst the other teachers about who he is, where he comes from, which I think lends a certain amount of mystery to the character, because nobody knows who he is and where he comes from. That I thought was very interesting. Also, as an actor, when you're given something like that, it gives you a chance to just build everything from scratch.
True.
So I found that very interesting.
Okay. There's also a scene in the trailer where the principal is saying that these kind of things actually shape up for him to be a good guy, a fine man. When that happens in real life, how do you feel as a person when people say such things?
Well, I think it's very disturbing because, we were just talking, I was talking to somebody about toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
We believe that a man has to be a certain way to be masculine.
Yeah.
So you can express only certain emotions and not express the others. You have to talk a certain way. You have to be interested in certain things. And if you don't fit into this sort of box of what a man is, then you're not masculine.
Yeah.
So that idea is very dangerous because it's not only dangerous to the opposite sex, but I think it's also very dangerous for the man himself.
True.
Because as a person, as a human being, you're already put into a box and you're not allowed to express a lot of things or feel a lot of things because it's supposed to be contrary to being masculine.
True.
So I think that is something that is very dangerous.
True. We also see kids getting into depression and even killing themselves after being bullied. What as individuals can we do to prevent it?
Well, it's a hard question. I think as individuals, the only thing that we can do is, of course, stand up when we see something going wrong.
Yeah.
I think that is really important, and that takes a certain amount of courage to stand up to something that you believe is wrong. But I think also as a society, we need to start training our children.
Yeah.
Like Vandana was saying very beautifully, is that if somebody is a bully and she's experienced and seen that in her life, is that that person is probably hurting and going through something themselves.
Yeah.
So it's very important that parents, when they see that behavior, they address it immediately. Because if you are a bully in school, then there are chances that you might take that behavior outside school.
True.
And into your workplace and into your personal life.
True.
So it's very important that when you spot that behavior around you, you stand up and you talk to the child or you question this behavior. I think that is really important. And of course, I think it's very important for institutions to have rules that are far more solid.
True.
Even in workplaces, I think it's very important to have rules that are, discourage this sort of behavior.
Have you ever been bullied?
I was fortunate enough that I didn't have to go through any serious incident of bullying because I went to a school where, bullying was not really encouraged and there was like strict sort of rules in place to discourage it completely. And secondly, I was popular enough in school not to be bullied.
Yeah.
But I have seen people around me that have been bullied and I've seen the scars that it leaves and how it affected them mentally and emotionally. Like I was saying earlier, is that this is something that is a really, really big issue. And it is time that, we as filmmakers and as society, we start, creating awareness about this and standing up against it.
But what's next for you?
So what's next is a film I'm finishing, which is called Koi Jaane Na. This is for T-Series and it's directed by a new director called Amin Haji.
Okay.
It's something that I'm really sort of looking forward to because it is the sort of script I've been waiting for a long, long time. And it's the sort of role I've been waiting for a long time. I'm really sort of waiting for it to finish and release and see how audiences react to it. And besides that, I'm also writing my own scripts. I've just finished one, which in fact just got completed day before yesterday. That should go on the floor soon. There's 2 other scripts that I'm working on, which should be done in the next couple of months.
Yeah. Thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic, and all the best for your
Thanks,
film.
man. Thank you.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care, man. Hi, this is Kunal Kapoor and you're watching me on CineBlitz. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe.